If I have to count the affiliates and their staff, there are currently a little over 13,000 of us, approximately, working for our brands in total. So to develop the group, it's true that about 20 years ago, and for 20 years, I had to travel roughly between 80,000 and 100,000 kilometers per year to meet my affiliates. It was easy for them to receive me at their counter, at their register, but as long as they didn't come to Saint-Malo, it meant they didn't have a strong intention. These people who joined the prestigious Beaumanoir group also chose the Beaumanoir group. They made an effort and dedicated themselves. I made an effort to go see them, and they made an effort to come see me. It's the willingness to do things that goes far beyond words. You don't pass through Saint-Malo, you go to Saint-Malo. And in the same way, employees select their workplaces based on factors like environment, culture, benefits, and growth opportunities. It's a fairly balanced exchange in the end, ultimately. Essentially, in a period where we are almost at near complete employment, it is essentially the employee's own desire to join us. If they don't feel like it, they are adequately compensated enough to continue doing nothing at all, in any way, or go to a company that aligns more with their values. An employer chooses their employee, but the employee also chooses their employer. Because we come together and then, well, sometimes we also part ways. I truly believe in the balance of things in our lives and in our lives. I don't believe in the overly dominant employer, like in football, where, in my opinion, a president takes care of absolutely everything. No, that doesn't work in any way. A president should stay in their rightful place at all. A president presides over the nation. A coach coaches the team. A player plays the game. Here, I just spent a little over 2 days with the Parisian teams, observing their strategies and interactions. The debates were incredibly interesting, with what seems to me an extremely strong freedom of speech. And on my part, I hope at least that it was indeed felt that way. An extremely strong sense of truly listening, very definitely. If we practice a certain kindness in our daily lives, we bring out the best in people. We are often rarely disappointed. It can happen that a lot. I find that it helps people grow. That's what I observe very closely. Kindness must be something natural. The consequence is often very, very positive indeed. I had the luck, that's it, being surrounded by people much more competent than me, who gave me back 10 times what I gave them. No, we are in an extremely, extremely harsh world where we choose each other and we co-opt each other. I absolutely don't think I have friends out of self-interest. In a world where everything is becoming increasingly complex and competitive, indeed the valuable and dedicated role of volunteers, especially in my world of football at the 4th national level, the club does not exist without their tireless efforts and invaluable contributions. As Vice President, I try to find innovative and creative ways to energize and invigorate an economic fabric that will help finance and support an amateur world that is gradually moving towards professionalism and becoming more professional. But in reality, everything is held together by the volunteers, just like in a company or on a boat. They are just as important as the captain. Man is indeed a wolf to man, so we must truly try to actually really get past that. I am in search of kindness. How do we manage to keep a certain level of kindness in this tough world? We face many opponents and challenges, just like in a football game, where every player must strategize and work hard to overcome the opposing team. Make sure they are not enemies by any means or measures. In Breton clubs, the matches are played on the field, which is a long-standing tradition. They're not played out between leaders who may hate each other. We don't care if they hate each other. We are still in search of tolerance and kindness in our society, and these shouldn't just be words and understanding. What I fear more indeed is that the administration will take precedence over the business. That's truly what we are seeing. As organizations grow, states and people full of goodwill who take the lead in politics, politicians no longer decide much. It's the administration that thinks for their policies, that thinks for the people. And any organization that grows, and ultimately the company, at some point, the inevitable fear is that the administration will eventually take over everything. On human resources, which is absolutely crucial to the very foundation of the company's purpose, emphasizing the importance of all organizations that experience growth often find themselves deprived of any form of initiative or creativity by their administration, which tends to stifle. Even my administration in this case, they only want the best for the company, with their perspective. And in my opinion, from their own perspective. We have to fight. Afterwards, over time, we lost. We are going to lose inevitably and without a doubt. In the end, the administration dominates us. Our ability to resist challenges and pressures is essential within the company and in various aspects of life. This important resilience helps us navigate through difficulties successfully. That's why nature indeed gave us a lifespan. Everything essentially remains to be built afterwards. Systems need to explode at some point in time, whatever it takes, no matter what, to rebuild, to rebuild, to rebuild.
Sweet.